Hi, Taurus. This is Ella from Ella's Ancient Ways coming to you from Colorado. Recently transplanted, and so I apologize if you guys have been waiting for your readings. We are going to do that today. I always love to start with music, and for you guys, for some reason, this is a song that is resonating right now with the energy. And so while I'm shuffling for you guys, this is what I'm going to play, okay? You're welcome to fast forward. I know that shuffling is the most boring and tedious part of a reading, but if I don't do it, then it's not real. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you guys, excuse me, I'm going to reach over here. I'm going to tell you guys what I've been up to. I'm still doing my giveaways, so in case you don't know what this is or you don't recognize what it is, because I am a little bit distant from the camera, this is the promotion that I am still running, which is monthly. There is a giveaway. I wait till the end of the month to announce. Last month Vanessa won, and the month before that Diva won, and then the month before that Diva won. Why? Because they did what I asked, which is I put my name, my email in the description, and what you have to do is a new subscriber or someone bringing their family or a friend on board is emailing me at garipartiella@gmail.com. Just exactly that. It is a long name, a long email, so I will put it in the description, and all you have to do is send me a comment on the actual channel, and also let me know you've subscribed, and then email me your name. If in the beginning you don't want to give me your full name, that's fine. I will need that if I'm going to enter you, so I can give you a number so that you know that you have been entered into the free giveaway. So what happens is, especially now since I'm no longer local, for anybody watching me within the United States, I'm happy to mail you your prize. Once the end of the month comes, the prize will be doled out, and all I do is pick from the people that have subscribed, the new subscribers or the old subscribers that have brought on somebody new in their name. Okay? So that's how it works, and that is because I'm trying to get you 3,000 guys, and I made these lovely flyers, and I had to move quickly on a job that was offered to me. Like most people, if you're going to be getting an offer for a better offer, and a better station in life, hopefully you wouldn't say no to it unless there's substantial reasons why you wouldn't want more money, right? Everybody, especially nowadays, can stand to get a better deal out of life. So that is still ongoing. I'm a baby channel. I'm so blessed. I tell everybody that'll listen that the first subscriber was my husband, which made all of one. Now we're up to 42, and I feel so blessed. By the end of November, it would just be tickling me pink if I could make it to 50. But I'm running like Forrest Gump to the finish line, and I really would like to hit 3,000. YouTube does not take you seriously until you hit a certain number. I want to break that and then some, so that way I know that this is something I can do on my free time, that I can dedicate to you guys, because it is a free service. It is a general reading, sun, moon, and rising on Taurus. Venus is very much in control and demand right now, as well. The last I don't know if it was the last full, the last full moon was in Taurus. So we've got to shuffle the cards and see what's coming for Taurus. The other thing I wanted to announce was that I've always been interested in astrology, and the funny part is I always watch, the best of the best out there And I've been watching for years. So I combine, there's at least 3 or 4 different astrologers that I watch out there that are very seasoned. And I'm not an astrologer, I don't ever pretend to be, but I combine that with my readings so that I give you the best turnout possible into seeing what the celestial bodies are doing and how they are affecting our lives and how they're affecting our decision makings and are affecting our abilities to move forward, or if we're in a stagnant period, right? Especially during the retrogrades. So I've always been interested, and I kept telling myself, I want to take this course. The Leo King was offering and Rick Levine was offering, and I was like, really upset because, well, all of a sudden I was offered this job and I wasn't going to say no. And to adventure, come on, until you're dead, you shouldn't ever, want to stop, being adventurous and seeing new things and experiencing new things. So with that said, I was really, really, really upset because I thought to myself, I really wanted to take the course with one or the other. They really have influenced me a lot, and Kelly Rosano is another one. And if she would have actually had a class, I really would have kicked myself. But suffice to say that I didn't even realize that I had this book all along. And so when I was packing to come up here, this is for Vedic astrology, and it actually came with its disc. And so, when God has a plan, everything falls into place. And what was really funny about this particular move for myself, for example, is that I didn't think that I had already planned it out. So for me, it was a surprise. For me, it was a pleasant surprise that I got offered this job, that a friend was over here and she was like, yeah, come over, we're stoked to have you, and etc. And so I thought this was something that I just manifested on my own. No, I had visions that I couldn't discern about 8 months ago, and I didn't comprehend them. And it wasn't until I started coming into Dumas, Texas, which is the last part of Texas on the route I was taking, that I started seeing things that were in my dreams, and I was in such a state of shock. I was overwhelmed, especially coming into Pueblo, Colorado as well. I was very overwhelmed, and I started tearing. But then you have no idea that these roads are very treacherous. There's a lot of hills, there's a lot of curves, there are a lot of steep curves. And so I quickly wiped away my tears and just, it is what it is. I took it to mean that God already had a grand master plan for me, and so that's why I was heading here. And it was just, something beautiful. So that's why I'm bringing up the book, because here I was, wanting to do this, wanting to do this, which is not going to be an easy task. I can already tell you this is a heavy read, not because of the amount of pages, but because of the information is heavy duty, and it may go over my head, so I may have to read it a few times, but I do this so that my readings can be more cohesive, and so that you get the best of both worlds, or both informations coming together and being more cohesive. So with that said, I'm going to be using the Tarot of Fuego. It just makes me laugh when I say fuego, because it means fire, but it's in Spanish, so it just seems so corny. But they're beautiful. They're a beautiful, beautiful deck that I love to use, and I'm very fortunate that I was able to purchase it, because it was kind of hard to get them. The Cartomancy deck that I will be using also, and then of course the Waite Rider deck that I will be using, as well as the Witch's Tarot that I will be using in my mini me deck. Okay, so without further ado, again, this is the music that's calling. Don't kill the messenger. And I'm going to be shuffling and try not to blast your ears, but I literally sang this once when I was in junior college choir, and it's actually a very beautiful song, and it's called O Fortuna, O Fortuna. So it just something that was really beautiful for me anyway. So I'm shuffling, guys. They might actually play the whole album because it looks like they may. If they do, I'll change it. Literally sang the whole album when I was in choir in college. I used to love to sing. Taurus, expect this time frame love with Taurus. Expect this time frame. June, 9th November. What can Taurus expect? Taurus expect. What can Taurus expect during this time frame love-wise? Taurus. Taurus. Wait till, I'm gonna leave them because they literally flew out. Wasn't that beautiful? So literally, the song is talking about oh fortune, oh fortune, oh fortune, and how fortune comes, the wheel of fortune comes, and may it come, around to me and bless me, and may my fortunes change, right? And of course, it's not in English, so it's hard to understand, but Carmina Burana basically is the name of the album, or the name of the the name of the album, and O Fortuna is the actual song that I played. And so let's see how Taurus is, how are you going to be favored during this time. And we're doing this for the period of the 10th, which is today, through the 17th. And the reason is because I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do a Thanksgiving, type of reading for sure for Christmas, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do another one before then because I'm not quite settled in yet. And so, that's what I'm doing right now for you guys. Okay, so let's start with, we're going to start with Tarot de Fuego, okay? Let's see how your love is panning out right now. Yipes, I really didn't want to see that one. The first thing that comes out is the Ten of Swords for Taurus. Relationship-wise and even job-wise, that is not a good beginning. Now, depending upon the next cards that follow, this is the theme right now. This is either going to be the theme of the way things are going right now for you guys, endings, and this could be divorce, this could be job loss. It just depends on what it is, because this is an actual death, meaning ending. This is not something that's a positive. So let's see what the next card comes with. Three of Pentacles. So it does come with a new beginning. So that's right? Because that means that you can breathe a sigh of relief. Whatever's ending, there's a new beginning also starting. So in that instance, what I'd have to say about the Ten of Swords coming up with the Three of Pentacles right away is that something has to end or feel like an ending in order for something new and beautiful to begin. Okay? This is going to be a balancing act. This is the Seven of Wands. So if it was a 6, then I'd say there's more balance to it. But because there's a 7, there's always that last odd man out, so to speak, that you have to be trying to juggle or balance, right? And so it's not going to be easy peasy, but you have protection. So it's going to be okay. Judgment is coming. Okay, judgment is coming. Let's see if it's favorable. Yeah. Your dreams that you've been attempting to manifest are coming about. There's a change in the air. Now, is it a complete change? I want to say that depends on the rest of the reading, the layout. But so far what I see is that something that was tragically ending, or something that has tragically ended, has a new beginning. And that new beginning is not going to be without stressors or without a little bit of ingenuity. But you can swing this, and judgment is in your favor, because if you put into, let's say, a relationship or a job, whatever you've put into the relationship or the job, you're going to get out of. You're going to get back, in other words. Like, let's say if I put $10 in my bank account, then let's say next week I can go and get it out. Why? Because I have $10 credit, right? So whatever you're putting into a relationship or situation is what you're going to be getting out of it as well. Okay? Just to let you know. The Queen of Pentacles, that's not bad at all. So the actually, these are your dreams. I thought this was the Seven of Pentacles. I apologize. This is the Seven of Cups. So your dreams, judgment is saying your dreams are coming to be. You're manifesting your dreams. I want to say this has to do with money more than anything right now. Judgment in your favor, money-wise. Your dreams of manifesting on the material, physical plane. We call it the North Quarter, or the North, calling in the elementals, right? So the North, the element of the North, is granting you, on the material, physical plane, granting you funds, money, some kind of stability there. Oh, wow. Why do you feel so stressed out? You're supposed to be enjoying this, so there's a lot of stress. That's the Five of Swords. That's a lot of strife, feeling like you don't know what to do. Your dreams are coming to pass with monies, so why do you feel so stressed out? Four of Wands is a victory, having, stability. So let's see why you're so stressed out, because this just doesn't make sense to me. Why are you stressed out? Unless you're stressed out for male Tauruses, you could be stressed out by a Queen of Pentacles, a darker haired woman, or darker spirit within, somebody that's harder to manage or harder to get along with. For our female Tauruses, you could be dealing with a boss that's hard to manage or stressful, or even a mother-in-law that's stressful. Because I see the Five of Swords, which is strife, which is like trying to get away from something that's causing you unhappiness, for all the way around. I see that the accomplishment of having the stability in a relationship is very possible, because there's the Four of Wands, which is, again, that's victory, that's stability. Those are the four pillars in which a foundation is built solidly in a relationship. And then the Ten of Cups is the ultimate happiness that you could have in the whole of the tarot. So maybe it's a decision you have to make, a decision you're trying to make. The marriage card comes out right away, or could even be a relationship that you're dealing with that's threatening to end, a marriage that's threatening to end. Even economics that are threatening to end. So I want to say, by so far, the way the layout is that you feel like you have money and then you feel like you don't. You feel like you have money and then you feel like you don't. You feel like you are getting somewhere and then you feel like you're being lowered or dropped, like you're not stable in your funds. Like, I don't know, some of y'all could be working on commission, some of y'all could be working someplace where your hours are lowered, or you could have put out some money for maybe a project, or maybe some kind of business venture, and it's not going as well as planned, or you're getting money and then you're not. So it's like, fluctuating really badly is what I see. And it's like what you thought you were going to be able to bank on and was going to give you stability financially is turning out to be not so good at this time frame. So please be careful with your monies, Taurus. I want to say, be wary of two things so far. One, for our males, being in a relationship with a female that is not for your greater good, because they're very argumentative, or they're not what you actually thought you were buying into. And I'm not talking about you perfectly fine, married, and coupled up individuals that your relationship is going swimmingly. I'm talking about the Taurus males that are having a hard time in their relationship. And for the female Taurus, I don't know why, but I feel it's more like related to work. It's more related towards maybe you're not getting along with your in-laws, or you're not you're not able to speak, to have a voice, to have your voice heard, your opinion. So I feel like you're not having the best time right now. And I feel for you, because it doesn't feel good when people don't listen. It's one, or they act like they're listening, but they don't really hear you. So you're not feeling heard. You're not feeling listened to, okay? Your point is not getting across. It's being met with disdain, or it's being met with malice, or like like they're making you feel patronized. Okay. After the Tower moment, we have the Emperor, and then we have the Ten of Wands. So again, the Ten of Wands, I don't know why I'm feeling like for the Ten of Wands being right next to the Emperor, that's kind of different, because it's making me feel like this person may want to, this Taurus I'm talking about may want to, be the Emperor or embody the Emperor. But a Ten of Wands is actually telling me that there's been a lot of having to persevere. There's been having to be a lot of continuing to stay in the strength, to stay in the out of your mind and into just doing. So you may want to be an Emperor, but I feel that you can be, but you're not quite there yet. I feel that there's some work that is costing you either a lot of physical work, or it's costing you a lot of mental anguish right now, okay? Because of the Ten of Wands being a heavy load. That's what it depicts. I have to use my glasses. This is the Nine of Swords. Again, just like I said, this is costing you a lot of heartache, and there are a lot of swords in this energy that is during this time frame for this reading. You have the Ten of Swords that started the theme off, and I wasn't exactly smiles and giggles over that. And then you have the Five of Swords that's causing you strife, and what does strife cause you? Stress and anxiety. And then you have the Three of Swords over something that it didn't go, or it's not panning out that great money wise. And then you also have now the Nine of Swords, which is not a death, but it's a heavy duty load. And then having the Ten of Wands right next to it. So even if you had been the Emperor before, the Emperor energy is somebody tough, somebody that is unmovable, unshakable. Even if you had been the Emperor before, I don't feel like you're in that energy currently. I feel like you have had a lot of load to carry, hard load to carry, and you're at very, very, I mean, if you look at it in the way that I'm feeling the energy, it's like a dragon or a dinosaur or even a alligator or crocodile about to eat you for lunch. So that's not a good energy. I'll keep you all in my prayers, because this is not a good energy I'm feeling overall. That's going to force you to go into the hermit mode. That's a good thing. Why? Because you have a Tower moment that forces you to see that you worked so hard, but it was like a salmon that swims upstream. Now, salmons have that within themselves innately. They know that in a certain season, a certain time, they start swimming upstream, and they're the only fish that actually do that, at least that I know of. And they do that so they can go and lay their eggs and do their thing. The Tower moment came about, I believe, the way that these are being laid out is that it was to show you that you were going in the wrong direction. The things that you've been putting your energies towards are not working the way that you thought they were going to work out. There was a lot of fire and passion put into this, and a lot of resolve. And then the Tower moment has shown you that either one or two things are happening here. Either partners are not getting along in business, or your monies didn't grow fruit the way that you thought they were going to grow fruit. There's something going on here, and I believe the Tower moment came to show you that all this hard work is an ouchie, ouch, because I feel like it's not going to yield you what you feel like you were buying into. The Hermit mode that you now are being asked to go into to rectify this is going within the self to figure out where all this went awry, how you can either salvage this or how you can get out of this before the house of cards collapses, because this is not built on stable ground. It's just not, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not. However, once you go into your hermit mode and figure things out, the Nine of Pentacles comes out. So either somebody's going to buy you out or money's coming from somewhere else. Again, disclosure, I'm not settled yet, so you may hear babies crying, you may hear thuds from above, you may hear doors slamming, you may hear dogs barking, or even the water coming on or the heater coming on. I apologize, but I'm not quite settled in my home yet. And so, yeah, we're having fun. So try to ignore that and pay attention to the message, because the message is telling me that once you go into the hermit mode and pull back a little bit, you'll be able to use your logic, use, your strategies, right? To strategize. And that's when you're going to find either money or how to make money in a different way or go in a different route. Sometimes things just don't pan out the way we planned them. And it's not because we did poor planning. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. Maybe it wasn't the right time, or it just was a poor investment. Somebody talking you into something that maybe they said it was a short thing and it might not have been a short thing. Okay? Something as simple as that. Oh, once the hermit mode goes and kicks in and you push yourself away, like let's say from the negotiating table, and you soak up all the pros and cons and all the things that went right, that you did right, that work, and all the things that did not work, then that's when you're going to start pulling the money away or start making your money in a different way. So all of this has to happen in order for you to change. The Tower moment was the beginning of the end, to where you're like, no mas, no more, I can't do this anymore, I'm done. And that's when I start seeing that things get tougher before they get better. But once you go into your hermit mode, it's almost like I see someone that's a mature, experienced, almost like a yogi, or almost like someone that is an experienced meditator, and they just sit and they become one with their thoughts themselves, and they're balanced. And once they're balanced, their mind becomes crystal clear as to what move to make next financially. And then that's when you start seeing that things start working your way. Things start going your way. So that's what you have to do, is get into your Zen zone and meditate. For Taurus, this is very hard when things don't go as planned financially, because you are the sign that it has the Midas touch. So your Midas touch is a little whack right now. It's off skew. That's why I keep telling people, for right now especially, I don't care how good the stock market looks, do not invest in stocks right now. You can buy a home, you can buy property, etc., but do not invest in stocks right now until probably March, because right now it's not steady. So something you buy, you might have to sell quickly. Just think about that. So for Taurus, man, once you're gonna go through a lot of headaches with something financial. once that tower moment happens to where you see that even the rats are leaving the ship, so you sink or swim, then you're going to have to get into that Zen mode to where your Midas intelligence as a Taurus comes shining through, and you're going to then flip your brain to where you're going to understand that the way you were going about things wasn't exactly fruitful. It wasn't exactly bearing fruit for you. You tried it, and it's okay to try things and for it not to go, to fruition or to go full-fledged, to take off. That's how we learn. But with money, especially right now, COVID and everything else that is unstable, I would not recommend any fly-by-nights or anybody that, especially Taurus right now, that would listen to partners, friends, co-workers, etc., saying, hey, I know of a sure deal, etc. No, there's no sure deals right now. Be careful, be leery, and because I see that things are not going to go exactly as planned. At the end of the rainbow, once you put on your true Taurus self, which is a thinker, a manifester for themselves and able to think for themselves, really a Taurus really doesn't really need a partner as far as business is concerned. They more than anything need investors, because they're the ideal people and they're the ones that know how to make things move and form. So I think that on this instance, maybe there were too many partners or too many hands in the pot, and it's not going as well as you planned. So let's move on. We've already spent enough time on that portion of the reading. This next portion was very interesting to me. Why? Because they doggone flew out of my hand as I was shuffling, and was not a happy joy because look how many came out. It's like I have a full, like I'm playing gin all by myself. Okay, why I kept them was because I felt like the mixed energies that I'm getting are true. In love, this is going to be a tumultuous time, and we got the same card at this time from the different decks, the Tarot del Fuego and the Weight Rider deck. We got the Three of Swords. So what does that tell me? That tells me that before there can be new beginnings for you, there has to be endings. Whether that's in love, whether it's in business, you would know better than I, because it's your reading and I'm just the vessel. So I don't know your individual experiences that you're going through right now because I don't live with you. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that you're having a tough time. But what's being demanded of you, if you will, from the universe, from God, Goddess, is that there's always, like the Bible says, there's always a time for a beginning and a time for endings. And right now, it's a time for endings in order for new things to begin. What I see is, when I see this, which is the Two of Coins, the Two of Pentacles, I see somebody juggling to, it's like that saying that Catholics have, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So it's like I see that you're trying to juggle your monies, but they're not quite stretching. So you almost get there right before you're being asked for the monies. Monies are not being stretched very well right now for you, Taurus, which is really, really strange, because you should be doing really well financially right now. And I think you will once you move out on your own and venture out on your own. ideas. If you have your own capital, I would pull it from wherever it is right now, and I would work it alone, because I don't think it's a good idea to be bound to partners right now. For some reason, it's just not working out for you in partnership, money wise. Why do I say that? Because your monies are coming in way too slow, and it's also, yeah, it's a sure thing if you have 10 years to wait for the money. But if you need your money now because you need to pay rent, because you need to live, because you need to buy groceries, the necessities that life brings, food, shelter, etc. Also protection, right, from the extremities, outside. I don't see this as a positive because your money's moving way too slow. Here we have the same, it looks like the same card here. So this is the 9 of Wands, and here we have a similar card, which is the 10 of Wands, which is again showing me that you're going through a very tough time frame right now. And even if it was a relationship, let's say personal relationship, your partner's not helping you right now. They may be obstinate, they may not be pulling their weight, they may not want to, or they may be forcing you to do all the work. What's coming up after all the strife is you can have your cups filled again, which it showed here. The 9 of Cups is the same thing in this deck as well. The 9 of Cups that we have here, and so you can have your cups filled again. This is more along the line of, it could be with money, it could be with love in general. The World card comes out right after that, so your energies most certainly do start improving, and I want to say that that's between 2 and 3 months from now that your energies start improving to where you can start moving forward financially, and even maybe in a different relationship or new relationship. Your work, you will be working very hard to earn your keep, to earn your monies, because I see that once you get out of this muddled energy with this partnership, or it looks like several people are working on the same project together. Once you pull back and say to yourself, this just is not working, and I'm going to be a realistic person, and I'm maybe have to go another route or on my own, I think that you'll start being more happy. You'll start seeing that you'll be receiving more blessings and abundance, and you'll start seeing that you have better luck. You'll start seeing that you can do the work faster or better on your own. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and use the Everyday Witches Tarot and see what they have to tell us in addition to. So this is the 7 of Swords. Maybe you, it may be someone else, but somebody is trying to get away with something. Maybe you found out that your partners were cheating you financially. Maybe you found out that your significant other was cheating on you in love. Wow, this is the card of death. So that means that this card of death means that there is an ending here. What did I tell you guys? This is the same card. You are going to have an ending, and it looks like both in finances and in love. And what's going to happen is when you go into that hermit mode, because it's the same card, different decks, Tarot de Fuego and Everyday Witch. When you go into that hermit mode, it's going to be to grab onto your inner wisdom, your inner compass that is your true north, that has never steered you wrong. Once you do that, I see things shifting for you. Yep. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. So love and money can be put into a cup. I always tell people this. Think of a cup as something that can hold things. So usually this is a love card, and it's the ultimate love that can come back into your life, or even a new, beginning with a new person, and it can give you happiness that you've been lacking, right? That's been lacking in your life. But also cups can be filled with coins, with jewelry. I tell people, put in there candy, whatever the heck you want to put that makes you happy, but it can carry things. That's the point. And so I really think that once you go into your hermit mode, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. So I really believe that once you go into your hermit mode, you're going to see clearly that the direction that your life had been going wasn't your true north. You thought it was your true north. You thought that was the direction you were supposed to be going in, but it wasn't. It was a false start, or a maybe somebody just threw you, some kind of idea, and you thought, yeah, let me run with that, because that sounds, like, let's say in trading, especially for people that do stocks. They hear a tip and they run because they just know that it's going to hit. They know that's the greatest idea ever. So you probably did something like that because you bought into what everybody else was saying, or whatever everybody else was doing, and you thought that's the direction you should have gone in financially, or even in your life, personal life as well. It did not work. So once you get into your hermit mode, you're going to figure all of this out, and you're going to have more answers than you had before, and you're going to even surprise yourself at the answers that are going to be given to you, because I really believe that the answers that are coming are going to be an aha moment. Like, you're going to have these epiphanies of, why was I doing that in the first place? Why didn't I think like this before? Or why didn't I see this? Or why didn't my logic kick in? Don't kick yourself. We all make mistakes. Rectify the mistakes. Learn from them. Put yourself on your true north and go forward. That's all you can do. We can't cry over spilled milk. Money, unfortunately, right now is not something to play with. You have to be very careful and frugal with your monies. You have to be very smart where you put your monies right now, Taurus, okay? We all do. So don't go by any fly-by-nights. Make sure that you research. And honestly, I see that you're better off alone. You can do this. You have the intelligence. You have the Midas touch. So you don't really need partners. You really just need people that will invest in your ideas, okay? Let's see what the universe has to give you message-wise. And then we're done, okay? Wow, so travel is involved. Some kind of travel is involved for you. Whether that's a move, to another state, another city, another neighborhood, another country. Wow. What is to come for you is assured success and stability, and you are going to have your stability long term. You're going to, once all of this is done, once all of this is figured out by you, you're going to be able to say, I did it. I superseded everything. I got past everything, and my stability is here. New beginnings in love. There's somebody coming to you, brand new, or somebody coming back, but there's somebody coming through. This is an ending right here, so let me see if we can clarify that. Yeah, there's a harsh ending right here. A harsh ending right here. You might choose money over love. That's your choice. You might choose money over love, but then again, the love Stability is there. And it is going to require a move. So that means that, that means that you've got to think this through, because there's the Hangman right there. Whether you're going to end this relationship, because look, the Marriage card is right there. The Marriage card is right there. So I want to say that if you're in a relationship right now, you're going to end that relationship and go into another relationship. Or second scenario, for those that are separated from their significant other, you may just have your significant other come back, and they have to end something first before they can come back. So vice versa. Remember, for my cross watchers, this could work either ways. Your Taurus could be in a relationship that they have to end in order to come back to you. Taurus, it does look like you could have two scenarios working out here for you, that you either are in a relationship that you're about to end to go into another relationship, or you're getting out of that relationship that you're in right now to go back to the old relationship. Either ways, it does look like there's a time frame happening here. So what does that mean? There's always a time span with time frames, and so it could take a minute before, you know, all of these things are panned out. So a lot of patience is going to be required on your part for things to work out the way that God, Goddess wants them to, okay? It's always up to the universe. It's always up to the greater I am to show us. But I really do believe you're going to have epiphanies. I really believe that you're going to have God, Goddess show you the direction that you need to take, because I really believe that you've been selling yourself short in business. I really believe people have been taking advantage of you money-wise, and even idea-wise. You are an idea person, and you are able, you were born under the sign of Taurus. And Taurus, I can tell you, is a moneymaker. I mean, my mother was a Taurus. And that woman had 2 jobs all the time. And she would even, you know, lend money out, but she'd keep tabs on who, you know, borrowed, etc., and they paid back. And she was a good collector. Taurus people make good landlords because they don't have that qualm about going and collecting the rent. So please don't let people take advantage of you business-wise. It is your money. You worked hard for it. So when you invest it wisely. In your love situation, it looks like you're going to have epiphanies about that you're in the wrong relationship. And another relationship is about to start. But first something has to end before that can be started again. Or that could be started, period. So I hope that this helped. Again, I do wish you, you know, a happy Thanksgiving. I'm not probably going to be able to do another video for you guys until past Thanksgiving, because I still have to move into my place and get settled. But I wanted to give you guys a reading between you and the Libras. You guys are head to head in the views, and I would ask that you continue to view. I am appreciative of my YouTube family, and I am very gratified with simply coming to you and being able to do these readings for you. I'll only ask that you would share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you have done so, that you share my videos with other people. And if you haven't ever subscribed and you happened upon this video, please do subscribe. Remember that subscribing does not mean that you have to watch every time. You watch as you like. It's just like TV or anything else, or even a gym membership, which costs. This doesn't cost you anything, but just hitting the subscribe button. You watch at your leisure, but I'm very pleased to be with you, share this time with you, and share my adventures on my move and my new life here in Colorado. It's called the Mile High City because it's so high up. The elevation, for example, in the city I'm in is 4,562, I think it said. So the mountains are literally surrounding me, and I just kind of feel comfy. And the funny part is I don't feel like I'm elevated, like on higher ground, until I'm in bed. When I'm in bed, for some reason, I feel like I'm on the mountain, you know. But other than that, it just feels normal. But again, please enter. If you're a new subscriber, enter, follow, what I gave you instruction wise. I do my monthly draws, and I pay for the shipping. Your gift is for free. I take from the draw of the people that enter, and I choose at the end of the month whom it is that won, and then I ship it off. Last month was Vanessa, the month before that was Diva, and the month before that was Diva. Why? Because they followed through, and nobody else read and did what the instructions said to do, which was, please, in the comments, say I subscribed, and then email me your name so that I can go ahead and give you a number and put you in the pool. And at the end of the month, like the gentleman that watched the video before, I can't remember which video it was, please do email me. It's going to be in the description. It's very hard to spell. I know that. It's hard to remember. It's hard to write down as I'm speaking. It's in the description. All you have to do is look for it. Email me and let me know you're a new subscriber and you're a new member to our family here on YouTube. I appreciate you and I love you guys, and please don't let anybody dupe you. Please make sure you're taking care of your finances and your heart as well. Don't let anybody take you for granted if you're not paired up right now. Equally yoked, as they say. If you're not in that relationship that's working like a well-oiled machine, then you know what? It's okay to admit that and just to move on rather than to be abused. Yeah, so like I told my other people that are on the other signs, I apologize, but this camera does not have a remote button, so unfortunately you're gonna see me come across to shut this video down and end it. But before I do, I want to wish you nothing but happiness and good luck, and I pray that these next couple of months will be done with the negative energies that you Tauruses have had to deal with this year. It's been almost a whole year of nothing but wooden nickels, and hard knocks. And so a lot of things can happen in the new year. So let's stay optimistic and let's hope that these next couple of months clear out and give you a clean slate, okay? So until I see you again, I wish you again nothing but happiness and blessings. Namaskaram. Adi, adios, and goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao.